Burnt Thicket Theatre aims to create theatre productions that offer audiences a work of art and a visceral immersion in another human being's lived experience. In 2022-23, the company produced the innovative reconciliation-focused series called We Treaty People, created by 49 diverse artists, exploring the question, what does it mean to embrace all our relations? The 18 episodes of We Treaty People provoke thought and conversations on treaty relations and colonialism to give people of all backgrounds an immersion in the perspectives and experiences of Indigenous people in Saskatchewan, to cultivate deep empathy across ethnic and cultural barriers, as well as to issue a stirring call to truth and reconciliation. We Treaty People responds to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's Call to Action number 83 to support Indigenous and non-Indigenous artists to undertake collaborative projects and produce works that contribute to the reconciliation process. Call for Justice number 6.1 from the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls further urges artists and arts producers to take decolonizing approaches to their work and to support Indigenous people sharing their stories from their perspectives, free of bias, discrimination, and false assumptions, and in a trauma-informed and culturally sensitive way. Audience members are invited to be bravely open and respect different backgrounds and opinions. Available over multiple platforms, in 2023, the podcast received nominations for both the Innovation and Trailblazer Awards at the Saskatchewan and Area Professional Theatre Awards. The series received its radio broadcast premiere by CFCR in May 2023, airing again because staff found it so meaningful. All 18 episodes were presented by Native Earth Performing Arts Panel, Canada's oldest professional Indigenous-led theatre, in their Wasagichuk Annual Festival of New Indigenous Work. We Treaty People allowed the Burnt Thicket Theatre to develop close friendships and new relationships with dozens of artists, producers, and a wide range of Indigenous cultural consultants, elders, and knowledge keepers. One direct result of the connections they fostered is the presentation of New Blood, a story of reconciliation in 2023 for students and the public as one way they can continue to respond to the TRC calls to action and the MMIW G2S+ inquiry calls for justice. Founded in 2023, One Hoop is already making significant impacts through leadership and policy change facilitated in Saskatchewan and beyond. Their work is focused on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's Call to Action number 92, advancing reconciliation and fostering economic empowerment across First Nations, Métis, multicultural, ethnocultural, and mainstream communities. One Hoop has played a pivotal role in bringing together diverse groups in Regina with a shared goal of reconciliation. Through events like the Regina Chamber of Commerce Conference on Reconciliation in Business, One Hoop facilitates meaningful conversations between Indigenous leaders, businesses, and key stakeholders. Working closely with numerous clients, One Hoop has helped shift internal policies to prioritize hiring and developing Indigenous talent to promote more inclusive workforces. They've facilitated the integration of Indigenous knowledge systems into organizational frameworks, fostering long-term relationships between organizations and Indigenous communities. They are deeply committed to promoting First Nations and Métis businesses by connecting them with key industry leaders. Facilitating strategic partnerships creates opportunities for Indigenous businesses to thrive, increasing visibility and economic participation within their sectors. They actively mentor Indigenous youth and emerging leaders, offering internships and educational opportunities to equip them for future leadership roles. One Hoop has delivered educational workshops and keynote speeches to over 98 organizations across Canada, focusing on topics such as Indigenous leadership, cultural awareness, and strategic Indigenous engagement. Their goal is to promote understanding, foster dialogue, and enable concrete actions towards reconciliation and inclusivity. These efforts have allowed them to reach thousands of individuals and decision makers, helping organizations align more closely with the TRC calls to action. One Hoop has made a profound impact on advancing reconciliation, promoting economic opportunities for Indigenous communities, and fostering stronger relationships between Indigenous and non-Indigenous stakeholders. Embodying the spirit of forward-looking collaboration, they are a shining example of how we can collectively work towards reconciliation to create positive, lasting change in our communities.